Welcome back to Airtime. Today I'm joined by Clement Huot, the French big air rider that broke the world record on WOO last year and has just been kind of a force on WOO ever since. He's logged over 100 days the last couple of seasons and is someone that I've always wanted to kind of learn his backstory, how he got into kiting. You know, if you saw that world record clip, you saw him celebrating with his dad on the beach. And yeah, you're always kind of curious, like how do these kids come to be? Where do they come from? And in his case, grew up in France. Has jumped around to a number of different kite brands. Currently working with Harlem as well as WOO. We'll be using these episodes coming up to learn about a few of the new riders on the WOO team. I'm personally very excited to be working with Clement this year. He's just a super hardworking guy, kiting all the time, and just someone that I've always been curious to learn more about. So this is a good opportunity to dig into his story. We'll be using these episodes coming up to learn about a few of the new riders on the WOO team. And they've been fun conversations so far. This was the first of a few. So enjoy, subscribe. One thing before we go any further, if you were on social media last week, you may have seen this guy. This is the new WOO handle. And the WOO handle is a very kind of clever way to mount your WOO. It is a big air handle that fits basically any twin tip with the spacing between 17 and 20 centimeters. So most twin tips this will work on. It's got that big air height. So it's about 3 times taller than maybe the stock handle that came with your board to make, board offs and tic tacs and kind of the new school big air a little bit easier. And then the kicker is that your WOO sensor actually fits inside of it. So there's a little door that fits the WOO 4.0 right inside. There's a button on the handle to turn on and off the WOO. And then there's a little status window so you can see the blinking LED on the sensor. It'll work with older WOOs as well, but you'll want a 4.0. The 4.0 is the good one. And this has been, the first thing we've released in a minute as far as hardware goes. It actually sold out. This was a hot release last week, and between shops and riders, we sold out of the first batch. We have another batch currently on a boat coming in, I think in July. So we will have another batch for you if you want to order direct through WOO Sports. If you want to go through your local kite shop, they might have one in stock. There's also a version that says duotone on it. So there's a version that says WOO. There's also an identical version that says duotone. So if you're super eager to get one before your next session, check it out on the website. And I'm stoked to ride with it. I think it's going to be a hit, especially if you like to switch between boards. Super easy to just screw it off and move it to a new board. So that's the WOO handle. Thank you for listening to my little plug. And we will get into the episode with Clement. Do you remember how many days you did last year?
How many days now? But the session was around, it was 500 hours on the water, but I can't remember exactly
500?
number of day. I think it was something like this, or 400, but it was quite a lot.
Whoa. That's crazy. That's proper pro kiteboarder.
Yeah, I can relate that to Harlem, and then they know that I'm walking a lot.
Well, you've gotten a bar from them. You know what it says when you open up the packaging. Spend more time at the bar. Okay, so today is the 113th day of the year. And of those 113, Yetley's Edge has kited 102. Clement has kited 75. 75 days on WOO.
It's quite a lot already.
That's insane. Number 8, but that's only number 8 in the world. You still have a few more dedicated. Even Karen's got you right now. Karen's on 93.
That was me, but I'm sure they have a better spot. They live on a place where it's more windy. When I'm in Ket on other place, then the start are going out. But at home, sometimes it's hard to keep going when it's less than 10 knots. But,
right.
I'm doing my best.
And that doesn't include paragliding. So, some of your days in the air. All right. Well, let's start it off clean. So, how old are you today, Clement?
I'm 23. We turn 24 in June.
Wow. So you've made quite a name for yourself already. You've competed in pretty much every major kite competition at this point, right?
Yeah. Since I'm I think 17,
Yeah.
I get into King of the Year by a chance. I was not really I was not looking to get in the event, so I went out of school for 2 months to try then to to see how Cape Town was. What and then just to start competing. With I think with quite a luck with not so much people into the tour and only the old guy competing. So I had some place at this time. Now it's getting harder, but
Right.
yeah, it was a
What year was that? What was your first King of the Air?
it was 2020
2020. Okay. Okay. So that was the year that it ran in
DC
February?
one. Yeah, it was
Yep.
still this one
Right before
before COVID.
COVID. Yep.
Yeah,
Cool. And so you've been kind of in the new school big air scene. Did you ever do freestyle? Were you ever in boots?
never been in freestyle. I'm using WOO since a long time already. So always when I started kiting was only about jumping and going high and spending time in the air. I don't even know how to do a handle pass, so I don't know the name. I don't know anything from that. So really out of this world.
Strictly big air. Nice. And so you've done King of the Air. Have you done the Mega Loop challenge?
Never.
Never Mega
Never
Loop.
Mega Loop.
Okay. Have you done Cold Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yep.
All of them.
All of them. Nice. And I remember, I think I first heard about you definitely in the F1 days. I'm trying to think what your first like claim to fame was. Do you remember kind of what broke you into I guess it was making King of the Air. You were a surprise entry into King of the Air.
Yeah, but the first big thing for me, like because I was really out of the world of like of kiting. I was really the small guy was coming from nothing. Like I was just having pleasure of kiting. That's pretty much what I was doing, and then get into this competition for the first time with no other one on my package was quite a lot and hard to keep up with everything since this time.
So had you been to Cape Town before you went to King of the Air?
Only one time.
One time.
For the
Okay.
first time in 2019, I had a commotion. I have a like really bad crash from this time, so I didn't play that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went one time before.
What got you to that level? How did you get that good to qualify for a King of the Air?
Like my first entry video was quite funny. I didn't post any landing, anything. It was really I was pumping my kite, going to the water, crashing, doing a leg back, and this time I was doing a loop board off with the wrong hand because we didn't know that I didn't know how to do a board off with the left hand, so I was doing the Aurélien Petro move for trying to do it,
Yeah.
and then I post this one just for fun, just to have one more video on the social media. But when I received the email from Sergio, I remember Stig saying the Neige team that I was selecting. I said no, I didn't receive anything. It was on my spam, and I went like it was the best. I remember this surprise was quite a lot. I didn't expect to be in, so it was a huge moment for me.
That's incredible. And did you have a kite sponsor at that point?
Yeah, I was with Neige at this time. I think I just moved to the international team 1 month or 2 months before.
Wow.
Simchoy contacted me, and then I switched to the international team with Neige.
And how did you make an impact on Nash? How did they get your name?
First was I was already quite involved in France with some small event, like a more on a local way, and then another brand contact me, and I get in touch with the guys from Hawaii because I didn't want to leave Neige, and then they give me a contract, and they told me that I was going to the international team, so that's how it started with them.
What was the kite that you were flying for them?
First the dash, because I was coming from the FX, so I was going on to the same shape, and when I tried the pivot for the first time, I was going 5 meters higher. The loop was way more easy, so it was a big step into for me the new area of kite,
Yeah.
and and a new new space for beer is this
Wow.
one.
And so that 2020 King of the Air, that must have had Stig. Did it have Kevin and Jesse also on Nash?
Yeah, but Stig was not in.
Okay.
Cohen as well.
Cohen as
I
well.
was only he was not in, so and they had better videos than me, so it was quite weird because they were landing some tricks and me not. So
Yeah.
it was more about the result on the social media and
Huh.
more like a show, I think, than a competition this time
Right.
compared to now, and that's why I think I get in. So yeah,
Wow. Yeah. I don't know if that would happen in 2027 if someone can
never,
show them not landing their tricks.
never.
You got to give Sergio like a lifetime kind of, I don't know, free bar tab or something for that one. He definitely
Yeah.
helped you along the way. That's cool. So you're on Nash, you're riding the Pivot, King of the Air, and in the next few years, you switch brands, I think, 3 times. Is that right? You go from Nash to F1 to Reedon to now Harlem?
To Nash, to Reading, to F1, and then to Harlem. I like from Nash to Reading was because of all the people that I know was going into Reading, so it was making more sense for me to switch to this one because I know people and I was, you know, more connected with a guy from France and Damien and Kevin, so that's why I switched to Reading, and I was liking the guy, so it just I decided to go there. And then for different reason, for budget and even the way that I was supposed to work with F1 was different, so I switched to F1 for the R&D part, and I was struggling with the kite at this time. They were switching to Brainchild. I was only riding the Trigger and then the Bandit, so it was not the easiest. And then I switched to Harlem for the performance because I was still angry for competition and to get into King of the Air again. So
Yep.
I say, okay, that's my license. If I want to come back, it's to have the best kite. And that's why I switched to Harlem. And then I did. I spent even more time in the water because I was like the kite was super easy and it was 10 times easier to train. So I get better in a really short time with those kites. And I was selecting King of the Year 2024 after 6 months with Harlem. So yeah,
Wow.
that's how I came back in the competition side, I think.
Wow. Because I'm looking at your profile on WOO. Your profile goes back all the way to 2015. So this is 5 years before your first King of the Air. It looks like your first 10-meter jump. There's a lot of riding in here when you're 15, 16 years old, jumping 8, 9, 10 meters. You finally get a jump over 10 meters on, it says the 9FX. So that's probably the Cabrina.
Yeah.
And then
in last year, I remember.
Yep. And then still 10s, 11s for a while. And then I'm seeing you're getting up to 13 on a 6FX and 35 to 50 knots, 2017.
In Saint-Malo. Yeah, I remember
February,
again.
cold. And then let's see here. We got a 15-meter jump. And then
7FX. Yeah. I remember almost all of this session.
Yeah.
Was
but
big motivation.
You're just grinding. You're just kiting so much all summer. And let's see. Okay, we see a 17-meter jump on the 7-meter FX that fall.
Yeah.
Was that for WOO Worlds? It might have been, or I guess WOO Worlds didn't exist then.
No, wasn't existing at all.
And then we go further. So in total, you have 1,132 sessions on WOO. So every step of the way, every step of this journey, all the way up to a twin tip world record. Pretty crazy to just look at that and scroll back through that.
Yeah, starting from 4 meters to 37 was I would not expect that, especially at the beginning. I was, the little big boy kiting for fun and the small mascot for everyone. I would
Right.
say more like this. Nobody would say that I would be good with a kite after some years. Like I was just super motivating about kiting and passionate about the sport.
Yeah.
And yeah, just who helped me to go in like it motivated me to progress and to go higher. That was the only competition side that I have. I was young, kiting with old people. Only some of them were a bit better because there was on strapless on different support. So yeah, it was funny to push myself with the WOO, and I, honestly I would not go without the WOO at this time because what was like almost the when you go in 40 knots and you are a beginner like this,
Right.
if you go, you know that you want to get a result or something from this session.
Right.
At least a video, but the
Yeah.
wood was the best part of it.
Right. Right. Wow. So tell me about where you grew up kiting. So you're in North France. Kind of what region are you in, and what are some of those beaches that you grew up learning on?
So I'm not exactly in the north. I'm more in the middle. So it's in Brittany.
Yep.
My home spot was it's Lancieux. So it's I was not living there at this time at the beginning. We were driving almost 2 hours every 3 days with my father. He was guiding at this time as well. So we were spending almost all of our time to kite, and that was the main focus for us. And then we moved to like closer to the beach, and it was easier to go, and we were like luckily my father could bring me to the beach almost every weekend, and every time that I could. So
Yeah.
that's how I get into kiting and that much and spend this time in the water.
Was so your dad was into kiting. Was he early to the sport? Was he one of the first, or?
No, he was windsurfer.
Yeah.
One time, several times he asked me to try, and I did. So I know that was, I don't know, was harder. I was trying, but was not. I was not into it really. And then one time he put me on the rocks just to watch him, and the tide was going higher, so the rocks was going, into the water. So someone was quite afraid. I was nine or eight, but he was windsurfing full time, and the kite surfer passed near to me and asked me if I need help. I say no, my father is there. He should come again and bring me back to the beach. And at this time, I say to my father that I want to go kiting. I want to try this sport, and that's how it started. Like that's how I don't know. I know that was something that I want to try and I want to focus, not to be professional, but just to get into the sport and to know how to jump and to kite. And then it's a long way to start because the school didn't want to me. I was too young to send me a kite, but the kite was from 2002, I think. So it's like with no safety, with nothing. We start the kite in the middle of the window. He went up. I can't remember anything. I cried from the beach. The only thing that my father said is just to don't say anything to my mother. And then it took me 1 year to kite and to go upwind. And then my father started with me, and
Oh, cool.
we start to share the kiting together.
Well, what makes that coastline good for kiting?
I don't know if it's good. I think most of the people would say that it's gusty. It's never the same. You have to walk a lot. So I really like it because it's always different. The spirit on the spot. Everyone are really friendly. They welcome you. They talk to you easily, and they are really not into competition. They are really about having fun and sharing a sport and sharing a place that we all like. So I think it's that's how I see my place, like a little paradise, just to kite and spend a lot of hours on the water. That's the only place, honestly, when I can kite for that long, because it's always different. That's how I would describe my place. That's really what make it special.
Yeah. And you said your family moved closer to the beach. How were you able to do that? Is your dad, did he change work or was he able to relocate?
N- No, they are teachers, so they ask to move, and they accept it after a year. So
Cool.
we moved to the place like this. But yeah, it took a long time. We were in Paris first, and we arrived when I was 2 or 3 in Brittany, sorry.
Yep.
And then I think I was 14 or 15. We
Mhm.
moved really really near to the beach.
And do both of your parents teach?
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm. What what
both
what
both
what
of them.
age or what subjects?
Physical chimie, I don't know if say that. I don't even know the word for this. And my father even the technical part. For like I don't know the name in English for that, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see to tell that in English. Sorry.
Yeah, all good. And then, kiteboarders kind of have a reputation for having crazy dads. Do you think of yourself as having a crazy dad, or do you have kind of a normal kite dad?
The competition side is not crazy at all. Uh, but he's like I did some crazy project with him when I asked my father to jump from a big cliff, and he was enthusiastic about the project and he was happy. I think he's not all the father will not act like this.
Mhm.
Even to kite in a stormy condition, he he always pushed me to go further and to go out of my comfort zone, I
Mhm.
would say. But yeah, he let me do what I want, and he's not really into what I'm doing, and he just like he want to help me, but he don't want to uh, to just to like I don't know, like I can go on my own way.
Yep.
I can focus how I want.
Yep.
He's good for that.
Well, because I hadn't heard much about your dad until the clip of you jumping 37 meters, where you not only claim that you jumped the world record mid jump, but you then go and celebrate with your dad right after you land, which has to be one of the craziest moments we've seen on WOO ever. And I think for you, I mean, you felt that immediately, right? That went online, and then all of a sudden you were on the news.
Yeah, 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 no, it's I was going for, sometime when you go for a session, you don't know what wind you will have.
Mhm.
This time I know that it would be really strong and I would not go for a twig session. I was kiting alone, so I was really focusing on this. I was going for the world record on the 20th, so that's what we were looking for, and it was already 2 hours. So I was coming back to the beach and explaining to my father that the wind was not good. I was not going over 25 meters. I was struggling with the kicker. And then he told me to stay calm, to wait. The wind was coming. We know that it will get stronger in the evening. So yeah, we were talking a lot during this session, and I was jumping 30 meters quite a lot before. I mean 3 or 4 times in a short time, and I know that this one was really really higher. So when I see the result on my watch, I went directly to him to share this moment with him. Was really nice.
Yeah. Do you train alongside Nico as well? Is Nico someone who lives close to you, or are you guys kind of do you travel together? How does he factor into
We
this?
Yeah, we are sharing the all the travel together. Honestly, we are I think around 6 hours drive from each other, so it's quite a long. But I'm going in the north as soon as there is some southwest wind. It's 10 times better than that make place, so
Mm.
and way stronger. So I go there quite often. But yeah, we just go like in Barcas in Cape Town
Yep.
since a really long time together, and we are sharing a lot of session, but not really at our spot. He just passed by my home for the first time 4 days ago. So
Mm.
uh, yeah, we are not sharing the same place, but we are traveling a lot together and getting a lot
Yep.
since a long time.
Has he helped you progress? Is he someone that's given you good feedback?
Yeah, at the beginning, he was struggling a lot. I was not, I couldn't focus on, I think, on the training. I was doing what I want, with the, he asked me like first to do the kite board off with a good hand. I was not, no, we keep going with my organ and doing the bar spin and everything. And he was so pissed off and so, he was, Clement, you have to listen me sometimes and you have to start focusing on a good way because then you will not get better
Right.
at all. And yeah, I think I mean like 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I really start to understand that I need to focus and to kite on another way than before. Not kite for hours and focus on everything from from the takeoff, from not only the tricks that I was doing, but the whole part of the jump. And that at this moment he helped me a lot to get better and to understand how to to do the rotation, to the board off, to everything. He helped me a lot to understand the way that I will progress and how and yeah, he just give me a lot.
Right. How do you guys stack up now? Do you think you guys are at a similar level? Is there tricks that he can do that you can't, or have you
I think
eclipsed him?
yeah, step up a bit than him. I think
Yeah.
since Harlem, and he moved to Nesh, to Cabrina, and at this time he was struggling with the gear. So I think we had the opposite of progression. He went to another kite was quite okay, but not the best, and I went to the best kite on the market. So at this time was more double loop and this kind of stuff. So he just I think he lose quite a lot to not have choose a brand that we're focusing on a really really performance kite.
Right.
And that's why I think I went a bit better than him on this time.
Has he? But he's now in Slingshot, right? He's on the NXT.
Yeah.
So
He's
he's
way better with this kite.
gotten
Yeah.
a little bit more on track. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I saw you guys in Cape Town. You guys seem like you're having a good time. You're doing a little bit of kiting, a little bit of, I think there was like some light wind, maybe some foiling, and then there was some paragliding, I think, mixed into the. Is that
Yeah.
all?
We didn't bring the paraglider because we were already full of kite and everything, but we are doing other sport. He's into fishing a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm as well. Yeah. Into paragliding now since 1 year. So yeah, other sport who help us to to go out of the world a bit and to rest and to just to have fun sometimes because he he have a lot of stress about everything, less than me, I think. So you really need to to take the time to enjoy something and not focus and be too much into something,
Right.
just to have a other spot. I think it's great.
Yeah. Well, give me a little preview of this summer. So you just did the Lords of Tram, right?
Yeah.
So you're in the competition scene right now. You're pushing it. I imagine you're gonna try to get into the Mega Loop, try to get into the cold Hawaii. You want to keep pushing?
Megaloop, I don't know. I'm not into short lines, so I don't feel competitive on this part. I think they the other guy who are more into this. But on the new like data, another competition from the GKA in Greece, probably in June. So I want to do this one. Of course, call Hawaii, some qualifier, but also going to get into the size for Harlem. So I will have other work, especially during summer. So I will focus on different project. So yeah, I still want to focus on competition. I think it's good to have both, especially for the future. And yeah, just try to do my best on those side and just want to still have fun on those competition and on those trainings. So yeah, that's for me the most important. But yeah, just keep on working on my training and get better on on everything from this side.
Yeah. You were kind of famous for trying a triple loop at Lords of Tram. And this was, I think, 2022 or 2020. This was before anyone was doing that. Do you still think that side of Big Air is cool, is important? Do you still like the doubles and the triples?
I like the doubles. Triples, even with a strive now, it's a bit harder, and I will need to go on one size less. And I don't know, it's not. I'm quite heavy, so I would need crazy wind to do those kind of stuff. That's the only thing. I think we are already struggling with the wind to have a good 30-35 knots, and yeah, if it's 45 knots plus, yes, why not? We can go for double again, and I think more brain have better guide for that. So I still like it, but I think I like single more. It's more impressive for the publics, and I don't know. It just there is also less risk, and it's easier to run a competition and to have a better show. So I mean, both are good, but in different conditions. So yeah, we are more going to single now, maybe more in doubles in the future, but only in the condition that we need.
Yep. When do you think you've ridden the best? When have you been like the most impressed with your level, kind of relative to the field, or maybe just to your expectation? Was it a specific event or a specific kind of condition?
Yeah, I'm quite heavy. I think I'm the heavier on the tour, so I would need more wind. I don't think like a Brazil competition will fit me.
Yep.
So yeah, I just want a strong condition and a win where I can show what I can do. So yeah, that's something that I'm looking for. It's more a lot of time. Those kind of competition are really like, I know this spot. I really train since a really long time there. So I think that's the major event. But again, it's even if I know the spot, you can't control everything. So when it's your turn and you don't have the guest, it's really like you need a luck, except when you see Jamie going 100 kilometers and going high on every jump. So he's really out. He was really out of everyone and getting like all the big jump from other it. But yeah, it's I think it's on this competition that I want to get the result, especially because he's in France. So yeah, that's my main goal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Jamie obviously put on a show. I think, I mean, there is something to be said for riding outside of competition, right? Not having that time pressure to say you have to jump this moment and giving yourself more time to, and I mean, your world record, right, was a day that you could be out there on your own schedule. I think at WOO, we value that as well, right? Like, we don't want to put people on a really tight little window to go kiting. We want them to go out wherever they want on whatever schedule and just give them games to play, give them challenges that are, free to try whenever you have the time. So I think you've seen a little preview of where this is going. I think it's going to feel a little bit more like some of these competitions that you do. It'll just be available every day of the year.
Yeah, I think it's like, as I said, the WOO has been part of my progression since the beginning, from the jumping part, and having other side of data, like, I don't know, and I know maybe what can come, like what it's coming, but like to help people to understand what they need to do to get better. It's really something that they can help, and something that everyone can use, not only like doing a world record. It's something good, but you need really specific wins. So yeah, people can, I don't know, they can jump 8 meters and can be happy with the performance if the wind is not super strong. So you need other things to understand how to progress, and not only the height of the jump. So yeah, I think it's exciting part for WOO coming in this year. So yeah, I'm looking forward for this with WOO.
Yeah. the describing a kite with all the different dimensions of kite angle and where in the window it is, I think I'm excited to be able to describe that a little bit more clearly.
Yeah, especially when you're doing a coaching, you can say to someone that the kite was not high enough, the position of the body, everything. But then when you have data on it and you can just say, okay, you are like this and you need to be like this, it's easier than just say something in the air, with no comparison and not something fixed. Like when you have data and you have something to use, it's gonna be way easier and way better to the people, like to people, to understand how they can progress and how they have to change their skills to be better.
Yeah. Well, that'll be for later in the year. I think for now, I'm excited to just see you continue to ride day in, day out, keep stacking days on the water. And yeah, what else is coming? Give me a little taste of what you're excited about for this summer.
I prefer winter, honestly, but yeah, I think
Well, your winter's in Cape Town, so that's not fair.
yeah. I mean, only 1 month for me,
1
so
month, okay.
I spend other time at home, so
Yeah.
yeah, I prefer strong condition, as I said. So it's gonna be I will spend some time on the water, but yeah, no, there is other thing coming in. Some project with Harlem, some project with WOO, more walking than kiting. So it changed a bit from my last 10 years on the water.
Right.
So no, I'm just exciting, and I just can't wait to start those new projects and to get involved more into this and more into this part of kiting as well. So no, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. Yeah, you've got quite a good foundation now. I feel like you bounced around a little bit and you found a couple good brands to work with. You've got a lot of competition experience. You've got, your 37-meter jump. You felt that moment. I think one last question: if you're in the middle of summer in France and you want some really strong wind, what are some places that you look at on the map if you need to get on a flight or you need to go travel to test something or to try something? Where can you ride when it's June, July, August?
There is some good wind again in Barcares. Always, I think at least 1 or 2 weeks, but can be a bit light. Can be not over 40-45 knots, but it changes a lot. Honestly, it's hard to predict the wind from those places. It's unpredictable. So I will just check the forecast, and if I have some time and I see somewhere in the world that the wind is coming in strong, I can always change my plan and go to another place to even to discover and to see if there is something better that we know already. That's something that I like as well. I try to find other spot and other wind can be nice. So yeah, we see what the summer bring, but yeah, I think Barcares, Greece, Tarifa are the main good spot in Europe, and easy to travel. So, but
cool. All right. Well, I enjoyed learning about your young years. I feel like that part of your story I didn't appreciate, and I had never scrolled back in your profile how deep you are in 8-meter jumps when you're 16 years old. That's
yeah.
some good motivation for all the 16-year-olds listening. So you don't have to do it on an FX though. You can do it on a modern big air kite now.
Yeah, yeah, sure. It's gonna be easier.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks for jumping on, and yeah, we'll keep an eye on your Instagram and your WOO profile, and hopefully some future comp starts coming up soon.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Alim.